Hey sis, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Kay, and you guys probably already know by now I am all about just self-love and self-growth. And honestly speaking, as you can see from the title, it's about how to glow up. And I know a lot of people think that people have been a certain way their whole life, but I am not capping. I'm gonna show before and after pictures here. I literally grew up. When I'm talking about, like, I'm not just talking about physically, I'm talking about mentally, I'm talking about just emotionally, the whole 9 yards. I literally feel like I just mastered the art of just reinventing myself time and time again, and just, you know, focusing on myself and just bettering myself. And I feel like if I was able to do it, why not share with other people and young girls or just girls in general who might be struggling with that as well, so they have some hope? Because I know back then when I was a teenager, I would have wanted like the same thing. You know, I would have wanted some hope to know that one day I am going to get where I want to get to. You know what I mean? So without further ado, let's jump right into this video. So the first thing I want you guys to know on this journey is I want you guys to understand that your mental is just as important as the physical. Because us as humans, when we think of glow up, we're naturally going to think about the physical, which is great. That's good too. But the mental is just as important. You ever heard that saying, the saying of like, you glow from within? When you glow from within, you glow on the outside. When everything on the inside is clean, everything on the outside looks clean. That is a true story. Like, when I was starting my glow up process, my mental changed first. Literally, like, my mental changed and it started to appear on the outside. It was overall just confidence, all under the umbrella of confidence, but my mental changed. So the first thing that helped, I want you guys to spend the first week focusing on the mental aspect. You can do other things too, and I'll talk about that as well, but the first week I want you guys to really dig deep on the mental part of it. So the first thing that helped me was I started to journal, because I remember I was in college, and little backstory, I was always like teased growing up. Like, I just had it rough growing up. Like, I was always just an introverted kid, so didn't really have a big group of friends. I would just always be teased in a way, you know what I mean? So I was always feeling alone and lonely. So I used to always kind of write here and there, and I noticed that every time I write, it was like a release. So what I want you guys to do is to start journaling how you feel. And I know you're probably thinking, how is that going to help me glow up? The reason why it's going to help is because you can go back and look at that along your journey throughout these 30 days or even longer than this. You can go back and look. And if you go back and look at it and read and be like, wow, this is how I was feeling at the time, you'll see how much progress you made. And it's going to help you slowly feel better about yourself. If you could see that, oh, wow, I overcame that, you're going to feel like, oh, I could do anything. Literally, like, there's some journal entries that I look at from just a year ago. And I'm like, wow, like, I was sad over this person, or I was feeling this way. I don't even remember that. And it makes me feel so much better about myself now, because it's like, wow, I overcame that. I overcame the hardest times of my life. So that also adds to your confidence. And also, sometimes it's good to just release without hearing other people's responses. You know what I mean? Like, of course, it's great to vent to people. It's great to talk to somebody. But sometimes it might feel good to just write it out and get it out without hearing anybody else's feedback. Have you ever been going through something and you go to your friend and tell them about it, and they're just like, they give you advice and it makes you feel worse? I've been there. I understand that. Sometimes it's best to just cloud out all the noise, block out all the extra outsiders, noises and stuff, and just really be with yourself. Write it out, reread it, and just release it. Release it and just hand it to the universe. You get what I mean? So writing really, really helped me. Now, when I finished writing about, like, you know, what was going on in my life, that's when I started to dig and research about like affirmations and self-growth. And my mom was always really big on like manifesting and just self-growth. She's very, very spiritual, so it kind of helped me. She helped give me tips on it. So one thing I did that really helped me is I wrote out a list of everything I wanted to accomplish, and I made vision boards. As you can see, I'm looking right now because as I'm talking about my vision board, I have one hanging up in my room. But I got into making vision boards, and I know it sounds so like cliche, but stuff like that really, really works. And the way it works is like this. Manifestation, I feel like, is not as hard as it seems, okay? And manifestation is basically like, have you ever heard the scripture Proverbs 23:7? And my grandma told me this before she passed away. She told me, she was like, she wants me to study it every single day. And the scripture says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So basically it's saying pretty much is, who you think you are is who you are. The biggest lie we were ever told in life is not by the outsiders, it's by our own mind. Yes, some people in the outside world might tell us we're not good enough, but it doesn't really hurt us until we feel like it. the most confident person in the world, somebody telling them they're not good enough, it might just roll off their shoulders. But if you really believe that, it will really dig eternally and get to you. So the reason why these vision boards help is it's kind of like you're looking at the version of yourself, the higher version of yourself within that. So I literally look at my vision board every single day and stuff that I want to accomplish, and it helps me see, okay, like, this is the high version of me. And when you look at it, I want you guys to understand that you could literally accomplish everything on it. I don't care if it's the most like out of touch type of reality goal in the world. You could literally reach it. I promise you, you could reach it with work ethic, hard work, and a good mindset. Your work ethic is only as good as your mindset, because I personally feel like if you're working hard at something but you don't believe that you can accomplish it, it's going to affect the effort you put into something. But if you know you can get there, you're going to put your all into something because you believe in yourself. So I'm going to get back to the main point of it, is just writing out your goals, and just like, you know, making vision boards really helps, because it gives you something to look forward to. And a lot of times when we don't have stuff to look forward to, we're not really going to look forward to putting into ourselves, because it's like, what are we doing this for? But if you have something to look forward to, you're going to be like, wow, like, I want to pour into myself. I want to better myself. You get what I mean? So it really starts with a mental aspect. So when it comes to writing out your goals and the vision boards, to do that, I want you guys to start out with 5 goals. 5 goals you have for the next 2 to 1 year from now, okay? Write that out. Then I want you guys to go on Pinterest and find photos that match that vibe of what you want, and just print it out and glue it onto a poster or like a small piece of paper and hang it up in your room. So now that we have that form of manifestation out the way and just having goals, the next thing that works is writing out constantly as if you already have it. So let's say your goal is to lose weight, right? Be like, I am so grateful that I am now 20 pounds down, or I'm so grateful that I am now in shape. And just write that constantly on it. What I did is I wrote it out on a small piece of paper like this size, and I constantly wrote it every single day until the page was gone. So I would write once a day. I would fill up a whole page with that. That was my form of just reminding myself of what my goal is, and that helped me be motivated every single day to work towards it. Because in life, there's so many distractions in this world. There's so much stuff that can really bring you down. So when you have something to remind yourself of what you're really doing it for, which is yourself and the higher version of yourself, it'll push you to want to get there. You get what I mean? So now that we have, you know, the overall mental aspect out of the way, now I'm going to get into the physical aspect, because of course we want to glow up physically. So the first thing that I started to do with glowing up, that I feel like I always suggest to people, is I started to just get my health in check and focus on that. And I have on all my other videos, I talk about weight loss. So in this one, I'm not going to talk too heavy on it. I'm just going to basically like glance over it. If you want an in-depth video, I have those on my page when it comes to weight loss and just getting in shape. But with that, what I started to do was I made a routine for myself. So start off with writing out a routine, right? Have your goals, your fitness goals if you want, but make a routine for yourself. So Monday, I'm going to do like this. Tuesday, I'm going to do this. And start doing it. You know what I mean? Like, it's literally that simple. Start doing it. Get up in the morning, in the afternoon, whatever time, work out. Start off with just walking if you want. Just get your body used to moving, okay? Get your body used to being in the form of movement, so that way you could, you know, get used to like working out. You know what I mean? Like, add that into your lifestyle, you know, really slowly cut out sugar, slowly cut out soda, slowly start eating more protein, slowly start eating more veggies. You know, you could do bits and bits of it. You don't have to do it all at once, but you could slowly ease your way into just a healthier lifestyle. And that will really help, because within 2 months, you'll start to really see the physical changes of all your hard work that you're putting into your journey. But like I said, I have more in-depth videos on this on my page with my other YouTube videos on weight loss and just fitness in general. So just go there, and that will help you guys with that as well. So the next thing when it comes to the physical is to really focus on yourself. Now this is mental too, but focus on yourself. So cut out toxic people. So I'm gonna tell you guys a little story. Like how I said, when I grew up, I was teased and stuff. When I was growing up, I was also the type of person where I was very insecure, which led me to always look at other people because I didn't see any good in myself. So I didn't even care about myself. I didn't care at all. I'm like, well, I'll never look as good as them, so I don't even care. So I constantly would focus on others and just what they were doing. And I realized that it was taking away so much from myself. It wasn't until I literally focused on just me, like maybe my family, but you know what I mean. I focused on myself and what moves to make for myself. is when I really started to glow. Like, it literally, I'm telling you, it showed me outside. Like, it helped me physically too. Like, what I'm saying, like, hygiene wise, you know what hygiene is. Showers 2 times a day. Even if you come in late at night and you don't feel like showering, still shower. Wash your face, brush your teeth. I'm telling you, little habits like this really put you in that mode of just confidence, because you're taking care of yourself. You're telling yourself subconsciously that you are enough by doing what you have to do for yourself. Hygiene wise, physically wise, mental wise, taking care of all that is literally telling yourself that you are beautiful, you're good enough. You know what I'm trying to say? A lot of times when people are depressed or insecure, they lack on self-care, and I understand what that feels like. I understand it, but sometimes you have to fight through that and at least get the self-care part in check, because once that starts to flow, you'll slowly start to feel better about yourself. And glowing up is just really about just confidence, honestly speaking. Like, once your confidence goes up and you start to really love yourself, you'll just start to glow all around. You know what I mean? This video is not even just about like how to dress or what you need to wear to glow up, because that type of stuff is just, that's all in the eyes of the beholder. You could dress how you want to dress, do what you like. That's different. When I'm talking about glow up, I'm talking about like doing that and being beautiful in that. You know what I mean? So one person could have a gothic style and the next person could have streetwear style, but they both are beautiful because they're glowing from within. They're confident within themselves. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, I really feel like confidence is really key when it comes to loving yourself. Like, my whole problem, my whole life was never me being ugly. It was me not having confidence, which led me to not care about myself. You know what I mean? Like, because I didn't have confidence, I didn't care about doing my hair. I didn't care about how I looked. I didn't care about working out. But once I started to love myself, I cared about that stuff, because I'm like, I want to look the best for myself. Like, I want to treat myself right because I love myself. Anything you love, you're going to want to water. So learn how to love yourself so you can water your plants and water yourself so you can blossom into a beautiful, beautiful butterfly or plant. But yeah, but honestly speaking, that is really the key to glowing up. Really, really, I'm not gonna lie, the key of the day is confidence and self-love. Okay, so whenever you're not feeling good about yourself, whenever you're feeling low, whenever you're feeling like you're not worthy, come back to this video and I want you to remember the scripture: as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Meaning, you are what you think you are. You are what you feel like you are. So if you feel like you're ugly, you're not ugly, but that's what you feel like you are, so that's what you are in your reality. But if you feel like you're beautiful because that's what you are in your reality. If you feel like you're wealthy, that's what you are in your reality. You just have to work your way towards that step. But the first step of it is telling yourself that you are these things. You know what I'm trying to say? So I really hope that video helps whoever needs to hear it. It's a little bit different in today's video. It's more like just a self-love, motivational talk, because, you know, I know how that feels. Like, every single day I just think about the girl I used to be and just how insecure and depressed I was and just how far I've came, literally. And I just feel so blessed. So I'm like, you know what? I want to share this with other people so they could, like, if they're going through what I went through, they could, you know, I can help them throughout it, you know, tip by tip. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Please do not forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.